Okay, here we are, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I have taken over Sonicstate. I don't know what they've done, giving me the keys to the house, but here I am. I'm Matt Hodson, and I've kindly been asked to do one of my track from scratches, where you might have seen it already on my own YouTube channel. Please do go like and subscribe. And basically what I do here is I make some music on the fly. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's great having you here live with me, and I can see you all in the chat. You'll probably also see that on your own screen as well. So if you're on Twitch or Facebook or on YouTube, please do get involved. If you have any ideas as I go along, maybe you want to suggest some ideas, particular rhythms, kick drums, sounds, vibes. It's all about the vibes. We love the vibes. But anyway, thanks everyone who's joining us here in the chat room. And hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear and everyone can hear me. Someone's already suggested, Bohem said I should start in 7/4. We could try it. Hi, Ira. Thanks for joining us. And Mikey Thomas, idea, beep, bloop, bop. Well, actually, I think I know where I'm going to start on this one, because you might have seen a video that me and Nick from Sonicstate did. I think it was a few days ago. And what we figured out was how he could send me MIDI from his studio over the web to my studio over the web. And we got it working. So do go check that video out after this. And it worked. So I've actually got here on my screen the MIDI that Nick played from his studio, and I've got it in here. And I'm going to start with that. That's the kind of premise for this. So he's done some chords in the true Nick Back style chords you might have seen on all these demo videos with his synths. Nick always plays these like really cool luscious chords and whacks a load of reverbs on it. So I'm going to start with something like that. So I'm also using Bitwig. For those of you not familiar with Bitwig, this is it. So you might have some questions about it as well. I think I can see your chat, so I'll try and keep an eye on that. I think Nick's hanging around as well, so he's also there. Hey, Inky, thanks for joining us as usual. So let's dive in. Let's start making some sounds and going from there. And I hope you enjoy this. So here's the MIDI that I mentioned I got from Nick. So let's just let's get a sound up, and I'm probably going to start with the grid, which is built straight in here to Bitwig. And Nick's done some really nice sort of chord shapes, so I'll probably start playing around with a sort of pad sound or something like that. Cool thing about Bitwig, you've got this really good preset and devices manager here, so you can quickly look through things. So we might want a pad, and let's go for something, polyphonic. And there's one here called Captain Kirk. Let's try that as a preset. This is what it looks like on the inside. This is the grid basically inside of Bitwig, and it's fully modular, and you can build your own synths and effects. It's really, really cool. Let's see how this sounds with Nick's chords. Hopefully you're getting that. Already sounds cool. I think we're done. That's it. I'm not sure what's going on in this patch. Let's have a look. Got swarm oscillator, state variable filter, some sample and hold LFOs, cone filtering, really nice long ADSR. Yeah, I like this. Let's take a copy of Nick's stuff. I'm going to chop this up a little bit. I quite like these chords here. No one said I had to keep the chords the same, so sorry Nick, I'm going to start chopping up your vibes already. More reverb. Yeah, definitely want more reverb. Knock it down an octave. Yeah, we'll try that in a sec. These 4 chords are nice. Let's, I'm not sure about those. Let's take these from the original and move it over here from the start, I mean. It's already quite vibey. Inky says it always starts floaty and then it gets techno. Yeah. It's probably going to get all distorted soon and heavily sidechained, and Inky knows where it's going. I like these chords already. We're at 110 BPM. Let's send that to a reverb. Oh, I've got Echo Boy. I keep asking everyone for ideas for reverbs, and I'm usually using these by Valhalla, which are often really cool. And let's just get a massive. This is ode to Nick Bat. Let's go for big reverbs, right? This is my first collaboration with Nick, hey? Oh, listen to that. Nick's gonna like that. That's cool. It's that big reverb that hangs over the chords. Maybe it's a bit big. Turn the feedback down. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the same sound and I'm going to run it through another grid, because the grid can be used as an effects grid. So, oh, someone's saying put a little micro shift before the reverb. Okay, kids, I'll try that, and I'm going to try an octave down as well. Someone mentioned an octave down. Feedback on the modulation, Harry. Okay, I'll give that a go. Oh, Cheapo Card Company. For months now, I've been using Autoria Rev Plate. Okay. I think I might have that one. I'm not sure. Okay. Samuel, time to drop that acid, guys. Okay, so here we are. Right, I've got this same synth, but it's coming through the effects grid here. And there's the audio in and the audio out. So it depends what you want to put in between it. Now I'm going to put an envelope like that. You won't hear anything now until it's triggered. And what I can do is I could get something like this. It's a little sequencer. And it's just going to let the sound through like that. And I'm going to knock it down an octave, like someone suggested. And in fact, I might just change the sound. Ooh, bit weird comb filtering here. That kind of thing. Let's this will make sense in a minute, I hope. Now this step sequence is working to the tempo of the track, but what I can do, I can multiply the tempo. So if I get this, which is a transport, and plug that in, which gives me the tempo, you can actually go into the maths here. Maths, hey? Like and subscribe, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What I can do here is I can multiply the clock coming in by a constant number. Those of you that are into Maximus P, this is like very, very early. Like, this is actually a pretty cool little gateway to Max MSP. Paul Artola, maths. Okay. Boheme, is it like Reactor but better? I guess it is kind of like Reactor. I would say it's probably a really better. It's an easier entry point. Okay, so I've got the tempo coming in. Times by 1. If I times by 2, now I'll get that. Let's make this an odd number. And if I layer this with the original one, now we've got those 2 lines going, but different kind of sequences. And I might put some Echo Boy on this. Let's go for no, it's too messy. Okay, where am I going to go from this, folks? Can you randomize it? Yeah, you can add random into the sequences, of course. Yeah, you can do that. Other than grid, what reasons would there be for Bitwig? I'll just turn that down a second. Why would you go to Bitwig other than a grid? That's a good question. I mean, one of the cool things, you've got obviously this view, but you've got the linear timeline view, but you've also got the ability to work between the two of them in different ways, I think. Other than that, the way it handles audios differently, it loads the plugins separately, I think, to the audio engine. So if one crashes, like if your plugins crash, Bitwig stays open, in theory, anyway. Okay, where am I going to go from here? I need some... I think I need to do some... Yeah, it does MPE. I need some bass. I need some distortion already. Now, I tend to use... Let's turn the music back up a bit. Native Instruments. Reactor 6. And I'm going to jump into the Monarch. It needs a sick break beat. Yes, it does. Come on, Reactor. We've got a spinning wheel. Oh, we're alright. Oh, Polyplex. I use Polyplex a lot for drums. I wasn't going to get into beats right now, but this might work. This is really tame for me. I'm not going to get into beats. I think if you get into beats too early on, you can kind of steer the track in a way that you don't want to go. Let's get this. I wanted a big bass line. Let's keep focused, Matt. Let's go on to Monarch. And I'm going to copy over this, and I'm just going to take the root for now from everything, which looks like that. Do you know what? I'm not going to use those. And let's get this, like, I want this to be really gnarly and distorted. So one of the things that I like to do is run something like reverb into reverb stereo, add stereo to it, and now I'm going to run that into some distortion. And I like to use this Develop Deluxe. Get rid of the top end from the reverb. Let's add a second distortion after it for good measure. And then good old sausage fattener. Yes. I'm just going to roll off some of that top-ended distortion. So, Bitwig has got a load of inbuilt plugins, as you'd expect. The EQ is perfectly good, if not really, really good. What if I send that to the reverb on the... It's getting Carpenter-esque. I'll take that. Let's try play with the bass line a bit. I want to change this to... Take it off that, put it on straight. They don't quite work. And keep the bass line as it was. I'm overcomplicating it. What's it like if I open and close the cut off? And what I could maybe do to automate that cut off, this is quite cool. You've got things that you can modulate any of these things down here, basically, any plugin parameters. So I might go for this thing called steps, and I can draw in steps like that, and I could assign it to this filter cutoff like that, something like that. I can smooth it out. Should be able to also make it slower, yeah. There we go. What's it like at a different BPM? Let's try it, you know, just because you started at 1 BPM and something's going. No, it's all right. Okay, kick drums. Let's get some kick drums. Now, I've made something in the grid that I use for my kick drums, and again, you've seen this if you've seen my previous track from scratches over on my YouTube channel. Sorry, Nick, I've got to keep plugging it. In the grid. And you can save presets obviously in the grid. Now I've got all these things I've made here, all different things, and I've made one called Kick Drum Layers Land. And in here what we've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's loads of samplers and they all go into a mixer. And I put different samples into each one and then combine them basically using the mixer until I get the right sound basically. Ink is saying, here we go, we're going to descend into techno. Maybe, yeah. I definitely need some percussion, yeah. Okay. So I've got 2 samples in here. I don't know what I like, but let's check it out. Now you would probably usually go for a straight up fall to the floor. And that might be best. But I'm going to go with something like this to begin with. Let's get some more samples in here. So, kicks. Don't like that one. Whoa, it's like a tom. Now I like that, but what I like to do is send kick drum sometimes to an effect chain that's got more distortion on it and sidechain it. Okay, so I'm just gonna chuck a load of plugins on that I know do distortion, and I'm then gonna send my kick drum to it, and then I'm gonna sidechain that distortion from the kick drum that's going to it, and let's see what we get. Okay, so Sound Toys Decapitator. I ain't tried this for a while. And let's just get something up. Dark fat mix. I don't know what this is going to sound like. This is the fun. You've got to keep music production fun sometimes. So nice. It's nice to just make a load of effects without hearing it, and then just send stuff to it and see what it sounds like. Now my favorite distortion is one that is no longer supported, and it's slowly dying in the world of DAWs, and that is by F-Expansion, and it's called Mall. I love this. This is bad boy, but unfortunately it sort of intermittently cuts in and out. Steve's asking how I rate these HD 25s. Love them. Comfortable, small, sound great. Let's put some, let's go to bass, distortion, firm bass guitar. And then after that, I'm going to add a sausage fattener. And I'm just going to whack this bad boy up like that. And then I'm going to add Sound Toys Devil-Lock again. I've already used this today. I'm going to leave it bright. So this should be pretty raucous. It is. I think what it needs though is some reverb in the distortion chain. So if I just get the plate, that's weird, because the pre-delay is kind of sucking up. Oh, there's no pre-delay on it. That's weird. Okay, now let's put a compressor on this distortion and sidechain it from my kicks. Try different reverb. Any ideas out there for interesting plugins for, you know, messing up a sound, distorting it, going crazy? In a minute, by the way, I'll try and get off this loop and create something new for the track as well. Destruction. It's okay, but so what's happening is the kick drum is going to all this distortion, but it's also side chaining in itself pretty hard. That kind of thing. Disperser. Don't know Disturber. Hey Wagyu. Hi. Let's get some percussion. Now I tend to use Loop Cloud. I hope this doesn't crash. Want some percussion? Give me loops. That's quite cool. Let's take this. Quite like that. Oh. I like these. I like the drum rolls. This is quite interesting. Oops. So this, I like all this, the bits in between the hits. So I guess one thing that you can do in Bitwig you can't do in Ableton, just because someone asked, is in this view you can actually edit audio, take it out, move it around, which I'm not sure you can quite do yet in Ableton. Right, so the bits I want. That's quite. It's like where's the one? Let's bring the shaker. Too much shaker. Is this making sense? It's weird, isn't it? Sometimes you just got to stop the music, have a breather, and then it needs a beat there, but not that kick drum. Okay, so let's get another kick up. And remember I was using Native Instruments earlier, and the Polyplex I really like. And what I want is this other kick there. That sounds quite different to the other kicks. My bass is just going all the time. I need to sort that out. Something like that. And it wants, I think it's about there. in the right place. Wrong kick. Give me a different kick, yo. Too much. Wow. And now, what I've done is drawn the attention away from what the kick drums were originally doing with this new one, which makes it feel like that's where the one is, but it's not where the one is. I'm wondering with this snare if I can pull out another loop within that. If you've got headphones on, this is much better on headphones. Okay. I'm going to duplicate the bass because I want even more distortion. Need to put on my HD25s. Yeah, do it. You'll be hearing it. Shake it down a bit. Yeah, I think I might EQ that out because it's part of the loop. So the bass I've duplicated, of course, because it obviously wasn't enough. And let's go up an octave. I want I want kind of like so do you remember before I sent something through the effects grid, put an envelope on it so you won't hear it, and then trigger this envelope and I can get some interesting rhythms in a way that open and closes the envelope. Bam, 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 bam. I'm sorry for singing then, my bad. So we want the tempo into there and triggers into there. And if I make this 3, and I'm going to duplicate the tempo like I did before. So I'm just going to multiply the tempo by a constant What's that like? Take off the distortion. Maybe I need a different synth for this. Needs a bit of space. Cut EQ, cut out. Just sidechained it with the kick. Lose the sequences on the filter. Okay. Matt's singing in as bad as his impressions. You're talking about my Gollum impressions, I think, which I'm sure you can find on one of my previous live streams, but I'm not going to do it tonight. Okay, let's try this instead. Actually, I've got some cool reactor sequences that I use that might be quite cool. Let's have a look. It's not there. Native instruments, and I've got a folder that I've just basically built up over the years of different reactor ensembles. Some of them are drums, some are effects. I mean, even some of the original stuff as well is pretty cool. That comes with Native Instruments, which are, I think... Hey, Omri, good to see you here, man. Thanks for joining us, dude. Where is the Native Instruments stuff? Original stuff. Surely it's just here usually, isn't it? Oh yeah, factory library. This is what we want. And bear with me. I'm just trying to think of a really kind of interesting one that I've used over the years. Synthesizers, sequencers, Atmotion. What was that one like? Accord is a classic one. But usually you don't want to use this sequence up here with notes in, because it's usually wrong. So you can clear all those and just change the sound down here. pretty bass. Let's take this down an octave. Oh, did you hear that glide? It's quite interesting. What if I use some of Nick's other notes that he did within here? With me being not very literate with reading and writing music, what happens if something like that? Yeah, boy. Is that vibing? Okay, I think we've got some vibes going on. Mark, what am I using? I'm using just a laptop, fully spec'd out as well. Okay, someone mentioned vocals. Let's give that a blast. Let's see if we can find some vocals in Loop Cloud. I've never used Splice. Maybe I should go there. Female vocalists. Sounds good. Not that. It's the wrong key. I don't even know what key I'm in. Nick, what key is this? I'm guessing it's D because of that root note. Am I right? Is Nick still there? Bollywood time. Someone says ragga time. Let's go, ragga.
Jump and shout.
Whoa.
I like you.
No. No. G minor. Okay. E, F. G minor. I'm not vibing those at all. So I'm going to use that bass. It just keeps going. Just shut it up for a second. I'm going to use the lovely Exhale. You familiar with Exhale? Oh, it's not that. I need to open a contact. So Native Instruments, contact. Thanks for staying with me, by the way, everyone. And yeah, in a minute, I'll start arranging this a little bit more. Wagyu's going to have to get a curry. Yeah, can you get me one? I quite like some. Chords are E minor and F minor. So E Phrygian. Cool, okay. Yeah, thanks so much for staying here, folks, and for joining us today. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I've done a few of these, like I say, over on my channel. So you can find me, Maths on YouTube and Facebook. And all your support is very welcome. So thank you, everyone, for joining and all that. Paul, thanks so much for joining us. You got to run. Please get me a curry. Okay, so Exhale is pretty cool. Don't know if you've used this much, but let's take the notes from the bass and see if we can find some vocal loops in here. I've already used this one. I used that preset as soon as I opened it up the other day. And can I look under vocals? Is there vocals? I wish there was. Pad, tape loop, airy, electro. Probably not electro. Too much. I want something not very predictable. Like that. That's quite interesting already because it's kind of cut up. Now if I make this like 3. I'm going to have to EQ this. There's too much low end. I don't need that. And I like the white noise because it's kind of, it can add like a hi-hat. But there's a, yeah, it's not going to work. And for people like you know, dissing people for using presets, don't worry about it. They're a source of inspiration. It's what you do with them. It's pretty cool because it feels like it's pulsating. Let me sidechain that from to the kick. That's good. I think quite like that. Okay, yeah. Let's sidechain this from the kick. Quicker release. Now, because there's a lot of air in this sound, I want to automate that. So again, just using this, I could use a random. No, I use steps. I don't want it to be random. I want. Okay. And I'm going to assign that to like that. And now it's turning up and down the amount of that EQ band. So it's really adding movement. I've got the kick drum side chaining it. I've got this moving it. I love this sound. So I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to take it down an octave. But I'm going to have this one coming through here at a different rate. And I want to automate the attack and decay of this sound. I love how it all sort of breaks up and distorts, and yeah, it's cool, man. Let's use these steps here to automate the decay time. And you can interpolate as well, so you can have it smooth. You see? So that's that one. Wow, yeah. And this one is just, I want this one to sound more on the edge of dying. It's just when it gets right down there. I love it. What's it need? More crunch? Yeah. Like that. Yes. You can tell when I get excited about all this. And let's automate this as well. Dirty. How are we doing in chat room? We've got S Club 7 on the ducking compressor. Okay. What's it like with just the kicks? Okay, let's have a look. Well, I think now's a good time to start playing around with the arrangement. See you, Bruno. Thanks for joining us. I think we should play around with the arrangement a little bit. Someone's suggesting just it's getting a bit dense now. There's too much going on. What's it like with just the kicks? So let's see what we can do. So just like you can do with Ableton, you can set out the arrangement however you see fit. So what am I going to start with, folks? That's the question. Am I going to start with Nick's original? Do you remember? This is how it started. I'm going to start with that looping round like that. And then I'm going to bring in, probably makes sense to bring this in. Does that work? Start with Dida shouting 1, 2, 3, 4. Samuel's like, nah, that don't work. I'm trying my best. No pressure. I'm just live on the interweb to everyone in the world. And then do I just bring in? Do I just then bring in a big distortion synth like this? No. No is the answer. Definitely need to put a donk on it. I think what I need to do is bring in the whole chord progression here. And I'm going to fade this sound in. In fact, I'm going to fade all the bass in. And an easy way to do that is if I group them and send them all to that group. Group 3 and group 3. There we go. Just going to bring in this low bass. And what if I then put in a kick? And then bring in the percussion. Gets too busy too quick. And I'll fade those up. And then I can fade these up. Again, if I group those. And then bring the big guns in. Only makes sense really when that lead line's in. I think it's one of those tracks where I can see it sort of builds, comes up, and then it goes out, and you just keep it simple like that sometimes in terms of arrangement. So if I go over to this view and zoom all the way out, hit record. Here we go. So we're recording the arrangement in now. I mute the bass. So I'm just starting with this. Let me undo that. Let's go again. So we're starting with Nick. And then I'll fade this in. Splash of reverb. That kind of thing. And I'm going to fade this bass in. I could use a MIDI controller, obviously. I'm just using my mouse. Once I've got down the basics in here, I can go in and I can do all the nuances. Now the kicks, they're just going to come in. They kind of work. If you got this on headphones and it's loud, it works. And I'm going to fade in the percussion. Actually, no, I'm going to bring this lead line in. I'll put this on pre. Yeah. So we're just hearing it go into the reverb. Bit loud. Air own music. I am listening. I haven't got a Juno 6. Let's do the same thing with this bass. Just sending it to the reverb. Oh. Put it on pre-fader. Where now? Shall I just end it? I'm just going to end it on a kick drum. And just end it like that. So the track actually just went up and up and up and up and up and up, and it got more aggressive and more reverbs, and then I just stopped it on the kick, and that's it. Now I can hit stop. I've basically now got it all here. It's all ready to go. If I move back to this view, I'll play it back, and I've recorded my whole thing that I've just performed, basically. What will I do with it? I don't know. Maybe I'll work on it a bit more. I've got a few more tracks to work on, and it's particularly from the other live streams as well. So, Azio Head, end with a drum roll. Yes, that's what it needs. Just a and it out or something like that. That'd be cool. Badumtish, says Wagyu. Okay, so look, I've been going now for 1 hour and 17 minutes, so I think that's about it. Can I just say thank you so much for joining me, and also Sonicstate for letting me take over their YouTube, their Twitch and Facebook. I think we're out live on all of that, so thanks so much. And also thank you all for joining me, getting involved. I tried to keep an eye on the chat room as much as possible. Edna Gollum at the end. Yeah, maybe I could do a Gollum. Please also head over to my channel after this and do like and subscribe on my socials. Maths. That'd be really cool. I'll be doing some more of these, I'm pretty sure. And I'm sure see those of you like Inky and Omri and everyone in the Sonics Talk podcasts, which I'm also on most weeks as well. So big thank to everyone. And if you've got any questions about what I've done here, put it in the comments as well. But please do give it a thumbs up and, like I say, a like and a subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I think it's time for a curry. Someone mentioned a curry, so I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, everyone. Look after yourself. And, tomorrow, 4 p.m. in the UK, it's Sonic Talk podcast. Take care of yourselves and big love to everyone. Just look after yourselves. Take care.